A very wonderful evening to you wherever you're watching us from. My name is Consolata Chibalonza and welcome to EBN Prime Weekend Edition. And kicking us off today on the 9th of December, the whole world has celebrated Anti-Corruption Day. In the country, the day was commemorated in Murang'a County involving different units organized by the EACC to fight corruption. EACC Director General Twalib Mbarak, speaking at the event, emphasized the need to unite to fight corruption. He also said that the war against corruption will stop if every Kenyan is responsible for ending this evil. Corrupt people were also warned that the hand of the law is long enough to get to them.
Never fight against a desperate people who are seeking their livelihood and their welfare. And so those who are committed to corruption, we are going to take the words of our leader, Kiraitu Murungi. We are going to fight you as a matter of life and death. Secondly, he said that by signing this document, we are doing the right thing by ratifying this convention today. To stand against corruption is the right thing to do. As we gather here today, 20 years since these words were spoken, we must refocus our vision to building a corruption-free Kenya. It is the right thing to do. The truth is, no nation in the world has ever grown through shortcuts, such as corruption, gambling, fraud, and so on. Great nations are those that have prioritized hard work, like we are hearing here in Murang'a, honesty, trust, and integrity. Ethics and integrity, my fellow Kenyans, may not give you immediate rewards, but it builds for us a deep reservoir from which we can draw for a lifetime. We at the Commission remain committed to implement our mandate impartially, professionally, with full recognition to our national values and principles. It is just the right thing to do, and we are not going to be derailed by those people who want to distract us with these words. If it was not by accident that we were the first country on earth to ratify the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, could it be that we can also be the first nation in Africa to defeat corruption? I believe we can. To this end, we want to call upon all of us as stakeholders to unite, to collaborate, and to cooperate in preventing and curbing corrupt and ethical conduct in every place.
Now, still on the happenings of the day, President William Ruto, during the official opening of the Youth Connect Africa Summit held in Nairobi on 9th December 2023, he said that African governments should create a conducive environment for entrepreneurship to expand opportunities for the youth. He said the governments should strive to provide young people with access to capital, mentorship, and opportunities. This, he explained, will enable youth to transform their ideas into thriving cross-border businesses. The president said Kenya is leading from the forefront, having set up the Hustler Fund that has enhanced access to affordable credit in the country.
Talented, innovative, and dynamic generation of Africans there has ever lived. A wireless generation, a borderless generation, and more importantly, a relentless generation that I see in front of me. I came here to interact. Heart of this revitalization sits the most talented, innovative, and dynamic generation of Africans there has ever lived. A wireless generation, a borderless generation, and more importantly, a relentless generation that I see in front of me. I came here to interact with this remarkable group, to engage and listen to you all. We are, in this moment, living in an Africa where the only thing that matters is the creation of opportunity. This is the agenda This is our objective. This is the conversation of progress, and that is committed to developing solutions to obliterate the challenges that we all face. At the heart of this revitalization sits the most talented, innovative, and dynamic generation of Africans there has ever lived. A wireless generation, a borderless generation, and more importantly, a relentless generation that I see in front of me. I came here to interact with this remarkable group, to engage and listen to you all. We are, in this moment, living in an Africa where the only thing that matters is the creation of opportunity. I wish to briefly delve into each one of them. On sustainable green livelihoods, climate adaptation, and resilience. Our planet is in a crisis, and Africa is unfortunately bearing the brunt of the effects of climate change. This means that the continent must lead in the development of sustainable solutions, and that is what we crafted at the Africa Climate Summit here in September. The youth of Africa must become champions of environmental stewardship, fostering innovative practices that protect our planet while ensuring sustainable livelihoods for future generations.
And away from the country, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Foreign and Diaspora Affairs Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi has called for renewed commitment to democracy, equality and justice as Kenya celebrates its 60th birthday as in the Jamhuri Day. Speaking in London in the presence of High Commissioners accredited to the Court of St. James and heads of international organizations among others, Mudavadi said hoisting of Kenya's flag symbolizes collective determination to build a Kenya where every citizen has an opportunity to prosper regardless of background or circumstance, whether residing in Kenya or the diaspora like in the UK.
On this day, we come together to commemorate the enduring spirit of our beloved nation. Today, we stand united in pride, reflecting on the progress we have achieved, the obstacles we have overcome, and the promise of a brighter future. In the intricate tapestry of Kenya's history, each thread narrates a story of resilience, diversity, and progress. Our unity, forged by the shared aspirations of freedom fighters and the dreams of our people, remains the cornerstone of our strength. As we celebrate Jamhuri Day, we renew our commitment to the core principles that define us: democracy, equality, and justice as a Commonwealth member state. The hoisting of our flag symbolizes our collective determination to build a Kenya where every citizen has the opportunity to prosper regardless of background or circumstance, fostering a sense of belonging for every Kenyan. Looking toward the future, may our journey be marked by sustained prosperity, inclusive development, and a legacy of unity that inspires generations to come.
Now, the former Prime Minister Raila Odinga has demanded that the government reduce fuel prices by 50 shillings following the drop in global oil prices. Speaking during an ODM recruitment drive in Kajiado County today, Raila explained that the global oil prices have dropped to an all-time low, hence his push for a landmark reduction. He noted that the current pump prices set by the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority were too high for Kenyans and had made the cost of living shoot upwards. Raila added that a 5 to 10 Kenyan shillings reduction will not be sufficient owing to the current oil market dynamics.
Ushuru zimezidi, ushuru zinaongezwa kila siku, ushuru inapanda. Wakati mwingine sasa watu wananiambia mimi ati afadhali wachukue mshahara wanipate mimi kodi. Kodi ni kubwa kushinda mshahara. Wewe chukua chukua mshahara unapata mimi kodi. Je, hiyo ni ungwana kweli? Si ni ungwana kweli? Si watu wanahangaika sana. Walisema mambo ya hasla, mama mboga, jua kali, yote ilikuwa ni takataka. Hiyo lugha ilikuwa ni porojo tu. Ilikuwa ni kama kunyamba kwa punda. Sasa ushuru unapandishwa kila siku. Sivyo? Jamaa wameshindwa kuendesha hali uchumi sawa sawa. Sasa wanaanza sasa kujaribu kuuza mashirika ya serikali. Mashirika ya serikali wanataka kuuza. Wameshauza zingine, wametoza ushuru. Sasa wamesema hii kampuni hii tutauza, hii tutauza, KICC watauza, pipeline wataka kuuza. Tumesema hiyo tunakataa. Tukatae. Ungepo nasema tukatae, nione mkono hapa. Nataka niseme hiyo sisi wa Kenya wamekataa, mali yao isiuzwe kwa watu binafsi, ibaki chini ya miliki ya umma. Zile ambazo zinaitwa strategic institutions kama Kenya Pipeline Corporation zisiuzwe kwa watu binafsi. Manake wale ikiuzwa kwa watu binafsi watatafuta faida na bei ya mafuta itapanda juu zaidi. Sasa tuna habari ya kwamba bei ya mafuta katika soko ya ulimwengu imerudi chini. Sasa natakana mwezi huu wapunguze bei ya mafuta na shilingi 45 kwa lita. Sio ati shilingi 5, shilingi 10 peke yake. 45 au 50 kwa lita. Manake bei ya mafuta imerudi chini kabisa katika soko ya ulimwengu.
Now, the governor of Machakos County, Wavinya Ndeti, has given a strong warning to the county employees involved in the wastage of public funds, asking them to change their ways. The leaders, Ndeti said that it is the responsibility of all employees in his county government to be as responsible and be honest in providing the best services to the citizens who elected them, stressing that she shall not turn a blind eye to negligent and corrupt leaders.
Can spend 100 million to touch even half of Machakos or the whole of Machakos, and so be it, but also give quality work. The bottom line here is quality work, and I'm putting all the ministers and the chief officers I'm putting you guys on notice. I cannot give you work. Badala ya kwenda kusimamia my engineer, your engineers are working all over the place. They are not even there checking the projects. If your workers are not working, you as a minister or chief officer will go home because you're not in control. You're not in control. I found it very difficult myself, even forming committees, to go and check over work where I have people who should be checking the work. Kama ni barabara, kama ni maji, kama ni building, kila mtu afanye kazi yake. And let me tell you, sacking you, I will sack you. Don't give me your vote in 2027. Because I will not allow you to do the wrong thing. There are people who came here with a very bad attitude, thinking Machakos is a place to make money. There are people who just want left, right, and center, kuiba, wezi, thieves. And I can assure you, wezi wanaenda. Take it to the bank. I find you doing corruption in Machakos County. I swear to God, you will go. Watu wamefikiria Machakos. I don't know what attitude was there in Machakos. Kama ni project, I'll give an example. I've spent less than 300 million to do more than 70 dams. Watu wanataka kwenda kuweka 40 million, 30 million kutengeneza dam moja. Not in Machakos and not when I'm the governor.
Some MPs from the Ukambani area have challenged the national government to address the important issues of the cost of living as an emergency because Kenyans are increasingly hurt each day. The leaders led by Kathiani MP Robert Mbui, Matungulu MP Stephen Mule, Kitui Central MP Makali Mule have repeated that Kenyans are bearing a huge burden of taxation, excessive corruption, increasing fuel prices, which has led to an increase in the cost of essential commodities. They spoke that during the funeral of David Nzambia, brother to MP for Kilome Thaddeus Nzambia, who died a victim of floods.
Timu ya Kenya Kwanza walimwambia mambo ya gharama ya maisha ni jukumu ya serikali ile iko kwa ofisi, na wakamwambia nyinyi watu wazimie mkae kando. Sasa sisi tumekaa kando, lakini ukweli ni kwamba kinaturamba. Tukiangalia kila siku wanaongeza taxes. Ukienda kuweka mafuta bei iko juu. Ukienda kununua chakula bei iko juu.
Serikali ile iko mamlakani saa hii. Maisha ya gharama ya Kenya iko juu. Na kama rais hao wabunge unatembea nao wa KK hawakuambii ukweli na kuambia kitakuramba.
My message to the current government: please stop looking at the rear mirror. It will not help you. You have the government in your hands. Please work for Kenyans. Kama ni waziri, kama ni PS na anafanya kazi mbaya, anafanya ufisadi, tuulize mheshimiwa rais, toa watu kwa kazi, kwa sababu wewe tunajua you mean well for the country, lakini kuna watu ambao wanakuangusha na tunawajua, and we will name them when parliament resumes in February.
Now, still the leadership of the country, the Parliamentary Security Committee has visited West Pokot and Elgeyo Marakwet counties with the aim of assessing the security situation. The committee has blamed Security Minister Kithure Kindiki for the lack of security in those areas, saying that he has failed to strengthen security in the western region by sending security officers to deal with the livestock thieves who have been threatening the security in the area.
Tumeambiwa juzi Waziri Kindiki alipokuja hapa alisema West Pokot pia watapewa KPR. Hata amechelewa, sababu wakati alipeana Marakwet angepeana hapa, wakati alipeana Turkana angepeana hapa, wakati alipeana Baringo angepeana hapa, sababu serikali ni moja na hiyo serikali moja inatakiwa kutumikia wananchi as one government.
Nafikiri nyinyi mumefunja historia, kwa sababu sijai nikiwa gavana mara ya kwanza sijaona kamati ya usalama ambao wamekuja sehemu hii negaswa kwanya kuonyesha mambo ile inakuja. Kuna matumaini makubwa kwa hii mambo ya usalama.
Nafikiri bado kuna mali watu wale wanahusika na security watafanya kazi mzuri. Lazima kila mahali iwe sawa, badala ya kusema nusu pande hii pande ile nyingine nusu, ili nimalize hawa watu both sides. Serikali ikisimama hii kitu, hao ni mashemeji, hao ni brothers and sisters, lakini shida tu ni kwamba wale wanatakiwa kuchukua sehemu yao hawafanye kazi mzuri. Mmesikia sasa zile hata wamestaki hata wale wa security na wako hapa hivi. Leo sasa tuamke na kufanya kazi.
Now, the minority leader in National Assembly, Opiyo Wandayi, has expressed his concern, saying that this year's KCSE examination results may be faced with challenges similar to the results of the Kenya Primary School Certificate of Education that has been recently issued. Wandayi wants the Kenya National Examination Council, NEC, to address the issues that led to the mismanagement of the KCPE exam results soon. Otherwise, the results of the KCSE exams will be worse. Wandayi questioned the company awarded the tender for the publication of examination papers and results and the procedure used to give the tenders.
I'm afraid that unless we address the issues surrounding the bungling of the last KCPE examinations and the results thereof, we should be prepared for a similar or even worse thing in the impending release of the KCSE results. I am afraid that unless these issues we are raising are addressed, we should expect worse when it comes to the KCSE results. I'm not being an alarmist because I'm a very responsible Kenyan leader. But I can tell you, unless we address the issues that are coming up, the Cabinet Secretary for Education is a flower girl. The Kenya National Examination Council Board, the one being chaired by Professor Nyabundi, is toothless. Plus the CEO. There are cartels which are basically calling the shots in both the ministry and in NEC. And these cartels have to be stopped, because if they are not stopped, the future of our education system is going to be in great jeopardy.
To some good news, investigations and criminal officers from the DCI in collaboration with security officers as well as officials from the Tax Collection Authority in the country, KRA, have succeeded in confining a shipment of cigarettes worth more than 7 million Kenyan shillings in Nakuru County. It is alleged that the officers invaded the Barnabas area where they seized fake stamps worth 4 million shillings. The county commissioner, confirming the incident, said that he will not hesitate in the fight against the sale of illegal commodities.
So what has been happening here is the owner of this building here have been repackaging these cigarettes. The value for those cigarettes behind here is 7 million. And then we came across these fake KRA stamps that are worthy. They are worthy 2.4 million if they could have been genuine. And then if these commodities were taxed in our local market here, could have fetched the Kenyan government 3 million. So in total, we are losing 12.4 million in this business. We have heightened our operations in terms of counterfeit and diversions of these commodities that are supposed to be on transit, but finding back their way to the Kenyan market. The owner of this building ran away, but I don't think we will be learning very far. We have his details, and therefore we'll continue with the crackdown on this illicit trade.
It is the Christmas season indeed, and the National Transport and Safety Authority, NTSA, in collaboration with the Traffic Department and the Kirinyaga County Drivers Association, has launched a campaign to educate road drivers about traffic laws, a step aimed at helping reduce accidents, especially this season. At the same time, border drivers have been required to be more careful and carefully follow the traffic laws to save their own lives and spare the lives of their passengers.
Wale wa pikipiki pia tunawaomba sana wazingatie sheria za barabara, kama vile wanapo overtake na njia inayofaa, sio ku overlap kupitia upande wa left, wapitie upande wa right na waangalie mbele. Wakikuta magari zimesimama nao wasimame, wasipite mwanaka ajui ni nini iko mbele. Ajali nyingi zinapita kwa sababu wale wa jamaa pikipiki wana haraka sana ya kwenda. Kwa hivyo wazingatie pia hiyo, wasiwe na hiyo haraka ili
kuja hapa leo kwa sababu ya kuambia watu waendeshe gari vizuri, sababu wakati wa Christmas watu wengi wanakunywa pombe, wanaendesha gari vibaya na wanakosa accident. Na wakikosa accident wanafanya watu wengi sana waumie, na tungewaomba wakiendesha gari vizuri wajue kama hakuna accident wamesave hata kitu ya kupatia watu yao nyumbani, kwa sababu saa ile accident imetokea watu wengi wakiumia, ile pesa walikuwa natafuta itatumika na hospitali. Kwa hivyo ningemuomba wakati huu wa Christmas muwe madriver wazuri, mfuate sheria ya barabara, kwa sababu ile kitu inafanya accident itokee ni watu kukosa kufuata sheria ya barabara.
Shukuru kwa sababu ya hii sensitization, tunafurahia kwamba imekuja kutuletea ushirikiano mwema. Sisi kama operators ama mandereva tuko na self regulation tunajiregulate sisi wenyewe. Tuko na vikundi ambavyo tunaangalia mmoja na mwingine, tuko na vyama ambavyo tunaangaliana kama kuna watu ambao hawatimizi sheria zile ambazo zinafaa kufuatwa za barabara. Tuko na njia ya kuwaregulate na kuwatambua, lakini tumeamua kufuata sheria.
The Principal Secretary for Ministry of Interior and National Administration, Raymond Omolo, has emphasized the need to use talent as a means to reduce cases of early pregnancy, as well as the increase in the number of HIV infections in Homa Bay County. Omolo also asked the parents to be more responsible in their education, especially this holiday time, and involve the children in various sports to develop their talents. Omolo reassured the locals of Homa Bay that the government of Kenya is first dedicated to talent development.
People of Suba, as the people of Homa Bay, we need to take this seriously so that we properly participate to nurture the next generation of leaders and talent that would be of benefit, not just to Suba, not just to Homa Bay County, but to the country. And it's a good thing that at this point in time, when the schools are closed, we have an opportunity to engage our sons and daughters in an exercise that is not just meant to build talent, but also to entertain us, and most critically, to take our young ones away from vices that would lead to some of the things that the county commissioner has spoken to. One of them is early pregnancies. Number 2 is sexually transmitted diseases like HIV, which if we get our young ones engaged, we have an opportunity to allow them to realize their potential. And I would want to plead with the parents here that as we celebrate Christmas, as we go about this festive season, we properly take care of these young ones. Now, the government of President Ruto that I work for is very passionate about development of talent. And as we gear towards celebrating our 60th Jamhuri Day, there is a whole program that was run for the last 1 week that will culminate on the 12th that involves the youth from across the Republic. And the bulk of those youths are, as we speak, convened at Kenyatta International Convention Center, participating in various activities, and we have guests and delegates from across the continent. This goes to speak to how talent and sport is valued in the government of President Ruto.
And still on pregnancy, in many societies, women have been foregoing methods of family planning. In the Maasai communities, the methods have been criticized because it is against the customs of the community. However, some men in Kajiado County have embraced those ways and even gained awareness of the importance of family planning.
Mimi tu vijana sisi nimeasa hapa. Na wakati hiyo ilikuwa watoto wanafuatana, tuseme hata mwezi 9 tu mama anaanza kupata mtoto mwingine, na ameanza kupata mafunzo, lakini akakuja kujua. Lakini wakati hiyo ilikuwa ni Mungu tu, kwa sababu wakati hiyo masomo haijaendelea zaidi. Kwa hivyo watu wengine hajajua kama anaanza kuja kupata shida. Na wakati hiyo uchumi wanajua, wakati hiyo chakula nakula tu ile amepata. Lakini kuanzia saa hii umekuja kujua kama mambo imekuwa ngumu, masomo yameingilia na chakula ameanza kukua bei ya juu, mpaka sisi umekuja kujua kumbe imekuwa hata ameshindwa kusoma kila mtoto ile amepata, amekuja kushindikana kusoma wote. Kwa hivyo mimi naungana na hii mambo kupanga uzazi. Naambia vijana wetu waweze kujua kama mambo yamebadilika, ameenda kombo kabisa na ile mpaka kitambo. Kwa hivyo nimeona kupanga uzazi ni muhimu, kupata watoto na uweza kupata chakula kutosha na kupata masomo kutosha.
Kuhusu family planning tumeona ina faida sana, kwa sababu ifanya family planning ni mzuri sana. kwa sababu hii kasi ya kusaa watoto wengi, mtoto mwingine akiwa na miaka moja unasa mwingine, tumeona ni hasara sana, kwa sababu watoto wanakuwa wengi, unashindwa kuwalisha, unashindwa kupeleka shule. Lakini ukipata family planning tumeona ni faida. Ukifanya family planning unakaa miaka 5 ama miaka 10, ndio mwingine apate nafasi ya kwenda shule, kitambo uzai mwingine, ule mwingine amepata nafasi ya kwenda kukua kidogo. Kwa hivyo nimeona family planning tumeona ni faida kwetu, juu imetusaidia sana.
And with that news, our esteemed viewer, we bring it to a close. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. Thank you very much for being with me from the very start. Have a beautiful night, and I hope tomorrow you will visit the church.